I asked my crush to go to homecoming in front of 40 people. She said yes. 2 hours later, I found out she had posted a screenshot of my text on her private story with the caption LOL. Here's why you're making the same mistakes I did and why you're still single. You see her post on Instagram and your heart stops. She's with another guy. You spend the next 20 minutes scrolling through his profile, comparing yourself, wondering what he has that you don't. You texted her, "Hey, 6 hours ago." She posted a story 2 minutes ago. She's active. She's just not texting you back. And now you're sitting there writing paragraph after paragraph in your notes app, trying to figure out the perfect thing to say that'll make her care. Here's the truth. You don't have a girlfriend problem. You have a self-respect problem. You're not shooting your shot. You're begging. You're not being romantic. You're being a background character in her life while she's the main character in yours. You check her location. You like her posts within 30 seconds. You watch every story she posts, even though she never watches yours. You're not in love. You're obsessed. And she can feel it. Let me take you back. Middle school, maybe early high school, you had your first crush. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah was perfect. She laughed at your jokes in fourth period. She said hi to you in the hallway once, and that was enough. You built an entire fantasy relationship in your head based on 3 interactions. You didn't ask her out because you were scared, so instead, you became her orbiter. You liked every post. You replied to every story. You were always there for her when she complained about other guys. And you convinced yourself that if you just stuck around long enough, she'd realize you were the one. She didn't. She started dating someone else. Some guy who barely talked to her, barely tried, barely cared. And you sat there thinking, what does he have that I don't? Here's what he had. He wasn't desperate. You learned the wrong lesson that day. You thought, I need to try harder. I need to be nicer. I need to show her I care more. But what you should have learned was stop waiting. Stop performing. Stop giving your attention to someone who doesn't value it. Fast forward to sophomore year. I asked my crush to the homecoming. In front of 40 people at a football game. I had a poster. I had flowers. I did the whole thing. She said yes. Everyone clapped. I felt like I won. 2 hours later, my friend sent me a screenshot. She posted my text to her private story, the one where I asked if she wanted to take pictures before the dance. The caption, LOL. 40 people saw me ask her. 300 people saw her laugh at me behind my back. That's when I realized she never respected me, because I never respected myself. Here's what happens when you put a girl on a pedestal. 1, you lose your identity. You start listening to the music she likes. You start dressing how she'd want you to dress. You stop hanging out with your friends because you're too busy being available for her. And when she finally dates someone else, you look in the mirror and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. 2, you lose your time. I spent 6 months texting a girl every single day. She'd respond once every 3 hours. I'd drop everything when she texted back. Meanwhile, I stopped going to the gym. I stopped working on my goals. I stopped building anything real because I was too busy waiting for her to care. 3, you lose your self-respect. You convince yourself that you're just being patient, that you're being a nice guy. But here's the reality. You're teaching her that your time has no value. And once someone believes that, they'll never see you differently. I became the guy who was always there, the guy who listened to her complain about other guys, the guy who gave advice she never took. And when I finally told her how I felt, she said, I don't want to ruin our friendship. Translation, you were never an option. You've convinced yourself that if you just keep showing up, keep being nice, keep proving yourself, she'll eventually see your value. She won't, because attraction doesn't work that way. She's not sitting at home thinking, wow, he liked my Instagram story again. What a catch. She's thinking, he's always available. He must not have anything else going on. You think you're building something? You're not. You're auditioning for a role that doesn't exist. And here's the worst part. You're not even texting her because you like her anymore. You're texting her because you've invested so much time that walking away would feel like admitting you wasted it. You're stuck in the sunk cost fallacy of modern dating. After the homecoming disaster, I made a decision. I deleted her number. I unfollowed her on everything. And I stopped checking to see if she was watching my stories. It felt like ripping off a band-aid that had been stuck on for months. My brain was convinced something terrible would happen, that I'd lose my chance. There was no chance. There never was. Then I made new rules. Rule 1. If she's not putting in effort, neither am I. No more double texting, no more just checking in. If she wants to talk, she knows where to find me. Rule 2, I stop being there for girls who would never be there for me. If she only texts me when she needs something, advice, attention, validation, I'm out. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a backup plan. Rule 3, I stopped asking for permission to exist. I stopped asking if she wanted to hang out. I started inviting her to things I was already doing. If she said no, I went anyway, and suddenly my life got better. Here's what changed. 1, girls started reaching out to me. The second I stopped chasing, I became interesting again because I wasn't available 24/7. I wasn't orbiting anyone's life. I was building my own. 2, I stopped settling. I used to think any girl who gave me attention was out of my league. Now I realize if she's not matching my energy, she's not on my level. 3, I started attracting the right people. The girls who actually liked me, who texted first, who made plans, who showed up, started appearing. Not because I leveled up or became some alpha male, but because I stopped wasting time on people who didn't care. And here's the part no one tells you. When you stop needing validation from girls, they start giving it to you. If you're watching this at 1 a.m., stalking her Instagram, wondering why she's not texting back, this is your sign. She's not thinking about you. And that's okay. Stop putting girls on pedestals. Stop waiting for someone to realize your worth. Stop performing for approval. You don't need a girlfriend to be happy. You need self-respect. You need goals. You need a life that's interesting enough that you're not obsessed with who's texting you back. The right girl will show up when you stop looking for her. And when she does, you'll know because she'll match your energy, not drain it. Stop chasing. Start building. The version of you that actually gets the girl is waiting. But you'll never meet him as long as you're too busy simping for someone who doesn't care. Walk away, build yourself, and when she finally notices, you won't care anymore. That's when you win.